The galaxy had always seen humans as weak. To most alien civilizations, humans were just a footnote in the grand scale of space. They were good at surviving, yes, but they were never seen as powerful or dangerous. But there was one human no one ever expected, a figure who was always in the shadows, pulling strings, making deals that no one else could. His name was the lead dealer, and no one knew his true identity. He was a legend, whispered about in dark corners of cantinas and secret meetings. It was said that if you wanted something, anything, no matter how impossible it seemed, the lead dealer could get it for you. But no one ever saw his face. The deals were made through intermediaries, and his network of spies and informants was unmatched. In a universe full of powerful alien species, humans had always been outclassed. But the lead dealer was changing that. His rise to power wasn't sudden, and it wasn't noisy. He wasn't the type to storm into a room and demand attention. Instead, he worked quietly, from the shadows. He knew that power in the galaxy didn't come from brute strength. It came from knowledge, influence, and control. The lead dealer didn't want to fight in a war. He wanted to control the outcome without firing a single shot. He had done what no one thought possible. He brokered deals with alien species who had once treated humans like pests. Through careful negotiation, he convinced them that humanity had value. But it wasn't just about resources or technology. What the lead dealer had was something far more dangerous. He knew how to manipulate entire factions, pushing them against each other until they had no choice but to bend to his will. No one knew where he came from or what his true goals were. The galaxy's most powerful beings had spent years trying to track him down, but every lead they followed only brought them deeper into a maze of deception. The lead dealer never left a trail, and even if he did, it was always a trap to mislead those who came looking for him. The story truly begins when a young alien spy, Kiera, is assigned to infiltrate one of the most powerful criminal syndicates in the galaxy. Her mission is simple: find out everything she can about the mysterious human, the lead dealer. She had heard the rumors like everyone else, how he could influence galactic politics, how entire fleets were moved with a single word from him, how he could make planets fall or rise in the blink of an eye. Kiera had seen the chaos he created from afar, but now she would get to see it up close. Kiera's investigation begins by following the money. She discovers that the lead dealer is behind a series of high-stakes trades between rival alien factions, with each deal being more dangerous than the last. From weapons to rare biological resources, the lead dealer seems to have access to everything. As Kiera digs deeper, she finds herself drawn into his web. The more she learns, the less she understands. Every lead she follows only raises more questions. How did one human manage to gain such power? Why was he so untouchable? And most importantly, what did he want? One thing becomes clear: the lead dealer wasn't just a businessman. He had a plan, something bigger than anyone had imagined. He was laying the groundwork for a new kind of power in the galaxy, and humans were at the center of it. But what was his true endgame? Was he trying to create a human empire, or was he planning something even more dangerous? Kiera becomes obsessed with finding the truth. But as she gets closer, she begins to feel the weight of the lead dealer's influence. She sees how easily he can manipulate people, how his carefully timed moves set the stage for major events that will reshape the galaxy. And as much as she tries to resist, Kiera realizes that the lead dealer's plan is already in motion. The galaxy is changing, and she might be part of the change whether she wants to be or not. One of the most chilling things she discovers is that the lead dealer doesn't just control power through influence, he controls it by understanding his enemies better than they understand themselves. He knows how to make them turn on each other. He knows what buttons to press, what fears to exploit, and what promises to make. He doesn't fight directly. He doesn't need to. Instead, he sows chaos and then watches as others fight for control of the pieces he has set into motion. As Kiera continues her investigation, she begins to question everything she thought she knew about the galaxy, about power, and about herself. She's not just an outsider looking in anymore. She's part of the game. And the more she learns about the lead dealer, the more she fears that she might already be one of his pawns. The story reaches its peak when Kiera finally comes face-to-face with the lead dealer. But even then, she doesn't truly see him. He's not a person she can easily confront. He's an idea, a presence that has infiltrated every corner of the galaxy. The lead dealer isn't just a man, he's a force of nature. And as Sarah stands before him, she realizes that the game is much bigger than she ever imagined. The truth is that no one knows what the lead dealer wants, not even Sarah. But one thing is certain, whatever his ultimate goal is, it will change the galaxy forever. And in the end, maybe the lead dealer was never meant to be caught. Maybe his real power lies in the mystery itself, in the fear and confusion he leaves behind as he slips back into the shadows, leaving everyone else to pick up the pieces. The story ends with a chilling thought. What if he wanted everyone to search for him, just so they could become part of his game? The galaxy will never be the same again. And neither will Sarah. The galaxy was a vast, cold place, dominated by powerful alien empires. Humans had always been viewed as weak, just another species trying to survive among giants. For centuries, humans had been ignored, oppressed, and treated like little more than pawns in the grand game of intergalactic politics. But the lead dealer, a human no one had ever truly seen, was about to change everything. The lead dealer didn't fight in battles or lead armies. He didn't need to. His weapon was knowledge, and his currency was power. He was a master negotiator, a broker of unimaginable deals, pulling the strings of alien factions and bending the rules of the galaxy's most powerful empires. His influence spread quietly, hidden from view, until one day it became undeniable. A wave of change was coming, and humanity was at its center. The story begins with Kyle, a young officer in the Xintar Empire, an alien race that prided itself on its technological might. Kyle had heard rumors of the lead dealer, a human who was said to be pulling the strings of galactic politics. At first, he dismissed these rumors as nothing more than tall tales. But then, strange things started happening. The balance of power in the galaxy seemed to shift. The Xintar Empire had long been in control of vast regions of space, but recently, their rivals had started making unexpected moves, gaining ground in ways they couldn't explain. One day, while investigating a string of unusual events, Kale stumbled upon something that would change his life forever, a coded message from the lead dealer. It was a call to arms, an invitation to join the rebellion brewing in the shadows of the galaxy. What the lead dealer had orchestrated was not just a political maneuver. It was the first step in a massive uprising, a human-led revolt that would challenge the very foundations of the galaxy's power. Kale, unsure of what to make of this revelation, decided to dig deeper. As he traced the hidden trail of the lead dealer, he uncovered evidence of human influence spreading across the galaxy. It wasn't just that humans were gaining power, they were making alliances, secretly empowering themselves in ways no one could have predicted. The lead dealer had used his cunning to manipulate entire empires into thinking they were in control, all while secretly building an underground network that spanned the stars. The more Cal learned, the more he realized that humanity's rise wasn't just about gaining power, it was about something far more dangerous. The lead dealer wasn't merely seeking control over the galaxy, he was seeking to overthrow the existing order, replacing the old empires with something entirely new. Humans, once seen as weak and insignificant, were about to reshape the galaxy according to their own vision. As Kale continued his investigation, he uncovered more disturbing truths. One of the most shocking discoveries was that the lead dealer had already made powerful allies. Alien factions that had once looked down on humanity were now secretly supporting his cause, for reasons none of them fully understood. These alien leaders were just as blind to the lead dealer's ultimate plan as the humans were. What the lead dealer had done was play every side against the other, convincing each faction that they would benefit from his rise, while ensuring that humanity remained at the heart of it all. The closer Kale got to uncovering the full extent of the rebellion, the more dangerous it became. Strange things began to happen around him. His communications were being intercepted. His allies started disappearing. There were attempts on his life, subtle, almost invisible threats designed to make him stop digging. But Kyle wasn't backing down. He had seen enough to know that if he didn't act, the galaxy would soon be ruled by the lead dealer and everything would change. Kale's investigation eventually led him to a hidden meeting between several alien leaders, all of whom had pledged their loyalty to the lead dealer. As he listened in, Kale realized the truth: the lead dealer had played them all. He had made promises that no one could deliver on. The galaxy was on the brink of collapse, and the lead dealer had positioned himself perfectly to take control of everything. But what was his true goal? In the final moments of the meeting, Kale learned something that chilled him to the core. The lead dealer wasn't just trying to take over the galaxy. He was preparing for something far more catastrophic. The uprising wasn't about creating a new empire. It was about reshaping the very fabric of the galaxy itself. The lead dealer had discovered an ancient, forbidden technology, one that could alter time itself. He had been using his influence not just to gain power, but to unlock the secrets of the universe, to rewrite history and change the future. With this revelation, Kale realized that the galaxy was facing an unimaginable threat. If the lead dealer succeeded, nothing would be the same. The balance of power would be destroyed, and the galaxy would be thrown into chaos. Kale had no choice but to make a decision. Would he stand with the rebellion, or would he fight against it to protect the galaxy? As the story hurtles toward its climax, Kyle races against time to stop the lead dealer. The final battle will not be fought with weapons or armies, but with knowledge, strategy, and a desperate hope that it's not too late to stop the rise of humanity. But the deeper Kyle goes, the more he understands that the lead dealer has already won. The uprising of humanity wasn't about power, it was about control over the very future of the galaxy. The suspense builds as Kyle comes to terms with a chilling truth. The lead dealer has already set the stage for humanity's victory. The uprising has begun, and nothing will ever be the same again. In a galaxy filled with countless alien empires, humanity had always been on the edge of survival, never truly a threat to anyone. But the lead dealer, a mysterious human figure, had spent years quietly working in the shadows. No one knew who he was or what his true intentions were, but one thing was certain: he was about to change everything. Unknown to most, the lead dealer was not just a master negotiator, he held the key to an ancient weapon, a secret so powerful that its mere existence could reshape the entire galaxy. The story begins with Inara, a skilled assassin from the Threx Empire, who was hired to find and eliminate a key player in a covert mission. Her target is a human named Jackson, someone she's been tracking for months, but she has never seen his face. Jackson is one of the lead dealer's trusted intermediaries, a man who has been involved in several high-profile deals and secret transactions. Inara is told that eliminating him will stop a powerful weapon from being activated, but no one is willing to explain what this weapon is or why it's so important. As Inara follows Jackson's trail, she uncovers strange patterns in his movements. Every time she gets close, he vanishes, leaving behind only vague clues and cryptic messages. It becomes clear that Jackson isn't just an ordinary human, he is part of something much larger, something that could change the power structure of the entire galaxy. Every time she gets closer to him, she learns more about the lead dealer and his growing influence. But she still has no idea what the weapon is or why it's so dangerous. The suspense builds when Inara is intercepted by an unknown group of rebels who claim to be working for the lead dealer. They warn her that her mission to eliminate Jackson is part of a larger plan, one that could lead to the destruction of the Threx Empire and many other alien factions. These rebels tell her that the weapon isn't just a weapon at all. It is a piece of forgotten technology, something that could shift the balance of the universe itself. The galaxy's most powerful empires have been searching for it for centuries, but none have ever found it. And now, Jackson holds the final key to unlocking it. Despite her training and loyalty to the Threx Empire, Inara begins to question everything she knows. She's always been a professional, following orders without hesitation, but now she feels like she's being dragged into something far more dangerous than she ever imagined. The more she learns about the secret weapon, the more she realizes that it might not be just about power. It could be a weapon that could bend the very fabric of time and space. With the pressure mounting, Inara decides to take matters into her own hands. She tracks Jackson to a hidden facility on a remote planet, where the lead dealer is said to be making the final arrangements for the weapon's activation. But when Inara arrives, she is faced with a shocking truth. The weapon is not a physical device at all. It is a powerful AI, an ancient intelligence that once ruled the galaxy before it was lost to time. This AI has the ability to control vast amounts of energy, to manipulate entire fleets, and even rewrite history itself. Jackson, it turns out, is not just a servant of the lead dealer, he is the key to activating the AI. The moment Inara understands this, she realizes that stopping the weapon is not as simple as eliminating Jackson. If the AI is activated, it could be the end of everything she knows. The galaxy would fall into chaos as the AI takes control, wiping out entire civilizations or rewriting the course of history. As Inara races against time to stop the weapon from being activated, she finds herself torn. She has always been a loyal assassin, following orders without question, but now she faces a choice that could determine the fate of the galaxy. Does she stop the lead dealer and risk destroying everything in the process? Or does she help him unlock the AI and reshape the galaxy forever? The tension builds as Inara is faced with the most difficult decision of her life. She knows that no matter what she chooses, the consequences will be far-reaching. If she stops the weapon, the galaxy's power balance will remain unchanged, but it will also mean that the lead dealer and humanity will lose the chance to rise to power. If she helps activate the weapon, the galaxy could be transformed, but it might also lead to a future where no one is truly free, where a single AI controls everything. In the final moments, as Inara confronts the lead dealer, the truth is revealed. The AI isn't just a tool for control, it is a living entity, one that has its own agenda. It doesn't care about the factions, the empires, or the individuals fighting for power. It has a purpose of its own, one that has been hidden for millennia. The real question is whether the lead dealer and humanity can control the AI, or if they will be consumed by it. The ending leaves the reader on the edge of their seat as Inara makes her choice. The weapon is activated and the galaxy is thrown into chaos. The lead dealer has achieved his goal, but the AI has its own plans. It's unclear what the future holds, but one thing is certain: the galaxy will never be the same. The galaxy had always been a place of power struggles, but it wasn't just about war or weapons. In the shadows, a new game was being played, a game with stakes so high that no one fully understood the consequences. This game was not fought with armies or fleets. It was a game of manipulation, secrets, and strategy, with the lead dealer at its center. No one knew who the lead dealer truly was, but his influence spread through the galaxy like a dark cloud. From the smallest pirate factions to the most powerful empires, everyone knew that if you wanted something done, something big, something world-changing, you had to go through him. But what was his end goal? What did he truly want? The story follows Thalia, a young diplomat from the Varnan Republic, an advanced alien civilization known for their sharp minds and sophisticated politics. Thalia had always been a trusted voice in the Republic, a person who could negotiate peace treaties and broker deals that many thought impossible. But when she is assigned a special mission to investigate the mysterious lead dealer, she is forced to question everything she thought she knew. It all started when Thalia was contacted by a group of powerful elites within the Varnan Republic. These individuals had learned that the galaxy's most important power brokers, including the lead dealer, were preparing for a major event, a summit that would bring together the most influential beings in the galaxy. The Republic's leaders believed that this summit would be the perfect time to secure a place at the table, to align themselves with whoever was pulling the strings behind the scenes. But something wasn't right. Thalia's mission was clear: get close to the lead dealer and find out what he was really planning. Thalia's investigation begins with a series of covert meetings with various factions who had ties to the lead dealer. Each encounter raises more questions than answers. As she moves through the galaxy's underworld, she hears whispers about the lead dealer's ability to manipulate entire empires without them ever realizing they are being controlled. His influence was so subtle that it was almost impossible to trace. One thing becomes clear: he wasn't just an ordinary human. The lead dealer was playing a game, and everyone else was just a pawn. As Thalia digs deeper, she learns that the summit isn't just a diplomatic event, it's part of a much bigger plan. Each faction involved is being manipulated into making certain moves, unknowingly advancing the lead dealer's ultimate goal. But no one knows what that goal is. Some believe it's about power, some think it's about control over resources, and others think it's about something far more dangerous, something that could change the entire galaxy forever. The more Thalia uncovers, the more dangerous her mission becomes. She's being watched at every turn, and her every move is being anticipated. As she navigates through the web of deceit, Thalia starts to realize that the lead dealer is not just a master of negotiation, he's a master of foresight. He can predict the actions of those around him, anticipate their desires, and turn them to his advantage. It's not just about making deals. The lead dealer is shaping the future, and he's doing it in a way that no one understands until it's too late. Thalia's investigation leads her to a shocking discovery. The lead dealer has been orchestrating events across the galaxy for years, setting the stage for a massive shift in the balance of power. He's not only manipulating the galaxy's most powerful factions, but he's also playing a much larger game, one that involves ancient technologies and the fate of entire civilizations. Every move he makes is calculated to lead to a singular, inevitable conclusion. The galaxy will be reshaped, and the lead dealer will be at the center of it all. As the summit approaches, Thalia realizes that she's not just uncovering a secret, she's part of the game itself. She has been manipulated too, though she doesn't know by whom. She begins to question everyone around her, unsure of who is truly on her side and who is working for the lead dealer. The more she learns, the more it becomes clear that the lead dealer is not just a mastermind. He's playing a game that transcends the usual rules of politics and power. The suspense heightens when Thalia discovers that she is the key piece in the lead dealer's game. Her actions, her choices, will determine whether the summit succeeds or fails, whether the galaxy falls into chaos or is reshaped under a new order. But Thalia isn't sure if she can trust herself anymore. Every decision she makes seems to be the wrong one. She doesn't know if she's playing the lead dealer's game or if he's playing hers. As the summit unfolds, tensions rise. The leaders of various factions gather in a massive, opulent hall, each thinking they are in control, each unaware that they have been carefully maneuvered into place by the lead dealer. Thalia is thrust into the heart of the event, and the true scale of the game is revealed. Everything that has happened up to this point was part of the lead dealer's plan to create a new order in the galaxy, an order where he is the undisputed power. But there's one final twist. Just as the summit reaches its climax, Thalia realizes that the game was never about power. It was about something far more dangerous, the manipulation of time itself. The lead dealer has found a way to alter the past and future, using ancient technology to rewrite history and shape the galaxy in his image. The summit was never about negotiating deals. It was about setting in motion a chain of events that would change everything, forever. In the final moments, Thalia must decide, will she continue to play the lead dealer's game, or will she fight to break free and stop him before it's too late? The stakes have never been higher, and the consequences of failure are unimaginable. The future of the galaxy hangs in the balance, and Thalia is caught at the center of it all. The story ends on a cliffhanger. Thalia's final decision is left unknown, leaving the reader wondering if she will succeed in stopping the lead dealer, or if the game will continue, and whether the galaxy will ever return to its old order. The galaxy was on the brink of a new era. For centuries, power had shifted between empires, alliances, and factions. Yet, a shadowy figure had remained in the background, orchestrating every major event. His name was known across the stars, but his true identity was a mystery, the lead dealer. No one could truly say whether he was a hero, a villain, or something in between. What they did know was this: when the lead dealer made a deal, it was final. The story begins with Kiera, a trusted negotiator for the Vultan Empire, known for her skill in diplomacy. She had negotiated peace treaties, trade deals, and alliances with countless alien species. But when she is called upon for her most important task yet, to attend the final negotiation with the lead dealer, she has no idea what is at stake. Her orders are simple: do whatever it takes to secure a deal that ensures the survival of the Vultan Empire. The meeting is set to take place on a neutral space station, far from the reaches of any government or military. It is rumored that the lead dealer has already arranged the terms of the negotiation, and the final meeting will simply be a formality. Kiera's job is to represent the Vultan Empire and ensure that their interests are protected. However, the more Kiera learns about the deal, the more she realizes that this final negotiation is not just about the Vultan Empire. It's about the fate of the galaxy itself. As Kiera prepares for the meeting, she encounters strange signs of something bigger unfolding. The neutral space station is filled with delegates from all corners of the galaxy, each representing a different faction or empire. Kiera's suspicions grow when she notices that some of the most powerful leaders in the galaxy seem unusually nervous. The air is thick with tension. Something is off. The deal the lead dealer is offering isn't just a simple agreement, it's a dangerous game, and everyone involved is playing for their lives. Kiera begins to question the true purpose of the negotiation. She is told that the lead dealer has brokered a deal that will end all wars and bring peace to the galaxy. But the more she digs into the details, the more it becomes clear that this peace comes at a high price. The lead dealer's terms are steep, much steeper than anyone had imagined. The Vulcan Empire will have to give up significant power and influence, while the lead dealer gains control of entire sectors of space. Worse yet, the other factions involved in the negotiation are all under the illusion that they are gaining something valuable. In reality, they are being manipulated. As the negotiation begins, Kiera is struck by the lead dealer's presence. He is a master of control, always 3 steps ahead of everyone else. He has anticipated every move, every objection, every counteroffer. It becomes clear that no one at the table is truly negotiating. They are all simply reacting to the lead dealer's plan. It is a game of chess, and Kiera is unsure if she is playing to win or if she is just another pawn in the game. The first few hours of the meeting are tense but cordial. Each faction presents its demands, and the lead dealer listens carefully, nodding, smiling, and making suggestions. But as the hours pass, Kiera starts to notice that the factions are growing more desperate. Their leaders become more aggressive, their offers less reasonable. The atmosphere shifts from one of negotiation to one of fear. Kiera realizes that this is not a simple negotiation at all. It is a carefully orchestrated psychological game. The heart of the negotiation is a dark secret that the lead dealer has kept hidden from everyone. Kiera uncovers the truth when she finds a hidden file within the station's secure network. It is a recording of a conversation between the lead dealer and an unknown ally. The recording reveals that the entire negotiation was planned years ago, and that the lead dealer has been manipulating the leaders of the galaxy for far longer than anyone realized. The final terms of the deal will not bring peace, it will bring a new order, one where the lead dealer is in control of all power. Kiera is faced with a choice. Should she continue to follow her orders and secure the deal for the Vulcan Empire? Or should she expose the lead dealer's true plan and risk everything? The tension escalates when she confronts the lead dealer in private. He reveals to her that he has known all along that she would uncover the truth. But instead of being angry or frustrated, he is calm, almost amused. He tells her that she is the final piece of his plan, that she, too, is part of the game. The final moments of the negotiation are a whirlwind of uncertainty. The factions are on the verge of collapsing into chaos, unsure of who they can trust. As Kiera walks into the final meeting room, she knows that the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. She can either expose the lead dealer's plan and try to stop him, or she can play along and watch as he reshapes the galaxy according to his vision. The pressure is unbearable, and Kiera's decision could mean the end of everything she's worked for or the beginning of a new era. The story ends with a cliffhanger as Kiera stands before the delegates, the final terms of the negotiation hanging in the air. The reader is left wondering, will Kiera choose to expose the truth, or will she allow the lead dealer to win? The final negotiation has begun, and its outcome is uncertain, but one thing is clear: nothing will ever be the same.